Right, okay, so we got as far as the introduction last time. I'm just going to start this again really briefly just because I'm not sure if you have this saved or whatever, so we'll just go over this quickly. Okay, so I think explores might be a better word rather than asks. Explores how contemporary authors are used in them, etc. You may want to say the impact of war on society. It might save you a few words and improve the flow there. You could talk about the conflicting balance between compassion and detachment, because it is a balance between the two, of course. I think you can probably remove this part here. There is tension in the physician's role. It would just save you a few words. Obviously, adjust the flow there. Also, I don't think you need this on the one hand. You might save words. That's quite a common thing throughout. So you could just save a few words just by cutting out some of those kind of accessory phrases that you don't necessarily need. Okay, so the three authors present this balance as disturbed by war and conflict. I think maybe better, but threatened is also fine. That's just personal opinion more than anything. You've actually repeated effect 3 times in this sentence, so obviously you want to adjust that kind of for the flow and make it read a bit better. I think you need to emphasise a few things about this point. So obviously you've got your confligiere, and that's like the physical conflict, and then you've got your conflictus, and that's more the mental. But I think you definitely need to emphasise this point a bit more. And you also talked about maybe finding an alternate definition of conflictus that maybe fits in with your argument a bit better. But again, that's kind of up to you to do. I said I didn't understand this, but you said that was a common Freudian thing, and that your dissertation supervisor would understand that. So fair enough. Doctor as a protagonist of fiction is a common theme throughout history. Might be better here, but that's up to you again. Thought that was an interesting point. I think this reliable is perfectly understandable. You're saying that because the Doctor is trustworthy, it's a reliable account, so it's not biased in any way and that sort of thing. Adapted by authors to make comments on different issues, but I'd consider changing the wording of the sentence in general. I think this overlap would be a lot better if you actually mentioned it earlier on in the sentence. So maybe there are overlapping elements of these fictional physicians or something along those lines, and that makes the sentence a little clearer. I didn't fully understand what you meant by range of representation, but apparently that was more a thing in the media, so you may want to adjust that to make it a little clearer. I don't really think you need to say this. You probably don't need to talk about things you're not going to say. You also already said this earlier on, so if you just control F this bit here, you can see where you've mentioned that earlier. I think that's a very similar point, so perhaps you don't need that. You mentioned these rivers apostrophe things, so you can take those out. Placing might not be the right word in my opinion, but apparently that's fine. That's a common literary word. Repeated protagonist, you've got protagonist and protagonist up here. It's kind of messes with the flow of the sentence. The word read is a similar thing to placing, but that was a common literary thing, so that's fair enough. And that's another really interesting point about Baxter representing sort of the terrorists in 9/11. You probably just use psychiatrist instead of psychiatric doctor, might say a few words. Wars here, the floor, we're talking about different wars. I'm not sure if narrative is the right word, but again, you said you were quite happy with that, so that's fair enough.